Some of the great things about having an IKEA greenhouse cabinet is it's a great way to display some of your favorite plants, but it's also a very effective method of housing plants that might require a little bit more humidity. I have the Millsbo cabinet and I house most of my anthuriums and alocasias, the ones that require just a little bit more humidity, but there is kind of one limiting factor with this cabinet. These cabinets, or depending on which one you buy, are fairly tall. I think this one's probably about 4 feet, and I have it looking pretty full with different options in it. So I got some shelves, I got some hanging pots, and overall I'm really happy with the setup of the cabinet so far. But I think the one thing that stands out right now is the difference in light throughout the cabinet. Now with these cabinets, most times when you set them up, you'll mount a light on the underside of the top there, and then you'll have all the light projecting down. Now there's different options out there. There are LED strips, there's tubular designs, and then I like to call these the little circuit board, so they can mount on the underside of the cabinet, providing light from the top down. And you can see right in this area, it's receiving some pretty good light, but down below, it's looking pretty dark. And the great way to test whether your plants are getting enough light or not is using a digital light meter. I just bought this off Amazon, and when you place it in the cabinet, I just want to put it right underneath the light. So it's getting around 400 foot candles, which is in that medium light range. And if you come off to the side, you can see that goes down a little bit, but it's still in that medium light. It's around 300. And obviously the closer you get to the light, the higher the foot candles and the greater the light that your plant is receiving. But when you come down, way down here, you can see it's only receiving about 75 foot candles, and same with this area as well. So this part of the cabinet is getting medium light, and this part is getting low light. So you're pretty well limited to mounting it from the top, as basically that's your only option. There's nothing really that you can secure to the sides unless you use some of that strip sticky LEDs, but I don't know if they actually make any for grow lights or if just the regular LED ones will be sufficient enough. But there's one other option that I think would work perfect for this cabinet. So this just came in the mail. Just going to leave this right here. Now before you say, Jeff, this is larger or taller than the cabinet, well, let's open it up and see what we got. Now for those of you that were wondering, this box is actually 52.5 inches long. I did measure it. So let's slice this open and see what we got. Okay, so it's a box inside of a box, but it's not as large. So here is the new grow light from Barrina. I'm not going to go into a huge long unboxing. I'm just going to quickly open this up and just show you the very basics of what's in the box, and I'll set up and show you why it's going to benefit this cabinet. Okay, here is the new vertical grow light. So here's the light itself. It is, I'm going to measure it again here in a second, but I do believe it's about 4 feet tall. It does have a cord attached, good quality construction. Comes with a couple accessories. It does have these little clips, which you can hang them if you wanted to. So you could use it as a top down type light. So it has these little clips like that. You can just clip onto the top of the grower light, and then you can screw them into the wall. I'm not going to use those. And then it just has some zip ties. And then it does have, whoops, it does have a kind of tripod here, which is super simple to install. It does have an Allen wrench here as well, just to tighten it at the bottom, but this is pretty secure, just hand tightening it. There. Installation complete. Now all I'm going to do is place that right in front of the cabinet like that, just so you can see it reaches the top, so it's as tall as the IKEA greenhouse cabinet. It's time to fire this up. I'm going to show the foot candle readings here in a minute, but I wanted to show you that there are two different options of this Barrina T10, and I actually have the other one right over here. So the difference between the two of these is that this one, which I've had for quite a while, and I'll be honest, it's been in front of this cabinet providing light prior to this one. This is a warm light option, and this is the cool light. So I'll start with the warm light option here first. We'll click that on, and you can see it's just a nice, comfortable, natural tone. But if you don't like that type of light, if you prefer the cooler or the blue light, I'm just going to put that aside, then this is another option that is available. So it's just a crisper, brighter light in my opinion. It's more white, whereas this is more of kind of a warmer yellow tone. There are a couple features that I absolutely love about this light, one of them being the height of the light. So it's not only good for placing it in front of a cabinet like this, it'll provide light right from the bottom all the way to the top. So this is a good option or an additional option for like a cabinet light source. But what I use them for is all these plants over here. So I grow a bunch of plants on planks, and this is perfect for plants that grow vertical. So obviously they'll need a light source right to the top of the pole. My goal is to make this entire wall just a wall of large leaves. So I'm trying different moss poles, planks, moss planks, all that kind of stuff. And then here's the rest of my workshop studio. I got a bunch of plants over there as well. One other feature, or one feature that I really appreciate, is the wide stance of this tripod. This thing is extremely difficult to tip over. If you bump into it, it's not going to fall over, and I'm always worried about a light that, like a vertical light, will fall over and smash the glass of my cabinet or destroy some of my prized plants. So I really appreciate the wide support or stance with this grow light. It's going to be real, like you have to run into it to knock it over. Otherwise, it's actually pretty stable. So you can give it a good tap, and it's not gonna fall over. So that is a huge advantage with this light. And obviously another nice option is that you can move these around. So if you want your light source to be closer to your plants, then you can move it. Or if I want some of these plants to have a little bit more light, then I can adjust it simply just moving it around. So the ease of movement, the stability, and just the overall height of the grow light, I think makes this a wonderful option if you're growing plants on planks or up vertically, or even in a cabinet like this. I'm going to flick on the light. And now you can see easily getting around 400, kind of the high 300 foot candles. So all of these plants at the bottom here, they're all kind of that medium light requiring plants. So this is a perfect setup, and this is generally the distance that I keep it. That's probably about 1.5 feet. So to about the front of the cabinet, I have it about 15 inches away. So that's generally what range you'd want to keep it at. Make sure whatever grow light you use, you go to that company's website, check out their specs, and usually they'll have a guide as to how far to place the light from the plants. And again, depending on the type of plant. Some plants require like higher lights, so that'll require you to place it much closer to the plant. Some plants don't like as much light, and obviously you'll just have to pull back the light from that plant. But just do a little bit of research on the types of plants that you're using, as well as the type of light source. If you're looking for the links of anything that I have in my IKEA cabinet, or this light meter, or the grow lights, anything like that, you can check the description of this video. I do have Amazon Canada and US, and I have all the products, the shelves, little magnet hooks, everything like that. So if you want to go check out any of those for your house, then just give that link a click. I just brought these lights over to a darker spot in my basement here, just so you can have a better representation of what the actual light looks like. So I'm going to do the cold or the cool light here first. So you can see it's just basically a white light. So I'm going to turn that one off and quickly turn on this one. You can see that is a much warmer light. And then I'm just going to toss the light meter maybe a few inches from the front of it. So the warm, you can see, is getting about 1,000 foot candles. About a foot away, it's around 400. I'll shut that one off. Turn this one on. And same kind of thing. It's around that 1,000 foot candles, maybe about a foot away. It's in the ranges of about 500. So that is what the lights look like. Let's see if we can turn them both on at the same time. yeah, just depends on what type of light that you like, whether it's cool or warm. So hopefully that was a good representation of the type of light that this grow light provides. Now, I'm not getting paid for this video. I simply like to showcase different products and items just so it can help you grow better plants. Now, there are way more expensive options and there are definitely cheaper options on Amazon or from many different places. But I always say you get what you pay for, and this one is kind of in the middle of the road. So it's a good looking light. I've been using the warm light one for a while and I'm really happy with the overall quality of light and the product itself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it down below in the comment section. Otherwise, thanks again for watching my video and all my videos. So appreciate the support. Take care, everyone. Bye.